and tell them, open up. I'm right outside, you know what's up. It's icy in my veins, boy, I'm cold as fuck. After battle showing up. Why you talking? You don't know enough. I pull up at the door and tell them.
We are live. Open up. That's what's up. Okay, we're going to get it. We're going to do a universal greeting, and we're going to hope some people come on in here. We got to keep doing these spaces until people populate in here, because the time is getting right, and the time is getting right to actually get in to Bitcoin, and in particular Bitcoin Stamp. So here we go. Let's see if we can get that universal greeting. And like I said, I'm going to keep the music in the background just for a little bit, okay? So you know how we do it. Beijing, ni hao, London, hello, top of the morning to you. Los Angeles, hey, good day, eh? And we like to say in Lisbon, hola. Hong Kong, hello. Yes, that's just hello. Sweden, hey. Toronto, good day, eh? Tokyo, konnichiwa. My name is True D Art. This is the Universe Wallet. It's an indexer. It's an explorer. There's minting. It's a marketplace. It's all on topwallet.io. And it is unleashing Bitcoin's full potential, making the Universe Wallet your all-in-one solution to manage all your assets in one place. You've got full support of the TAP protocol. You've got support for DMT, UNAT, runes, which are popping off right now, BRC20, which are on a comeback, by the way, LRC20, Lambda, and SRC20 Stamp. Hey, guys, if you're in Stamp and if you're not showing up to spaces, that's because you're busy. That's because you're not around. Or that's because maybe you don't have your notifications on, or you don't understand the game. Yeah, maybe you don't understand the game. And metrics is a part of the way that the game of crypto works. So if you're out there saying that you love Stamp, you love SRC20, and you want to support, and you're not here, well, maybe you're busy. You're working. You got things to do. So maybe you can listen later on the YouTube. So I would ask you to go to YouTube. That was my water, by the way. Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to the Universe YouTube. And that will actually help. How will it help? The more subscribers that there are, well, that just allows more people to be aware of what is happening out there. So go and do that. Let's see if I could tell you what the actual YouTube page is. I'm going to get that for you. It's at the Universe, BTC Universe. Okay, I'm going to confirm that. But while I'm doing that, I got to give you some helpful reminders. This is not financial advice. It never is. Hey, by the way, I see you, Bitcoin Ape. As soon as I'm done the greeting, I'm going to get you in here because I want you to drop the news that's happening right now in Bitcoin. But no, this is not financial advice. You always got to do your own research. I kind of went in on you yesterday, a little hard, but I was playful with you. But I meant it. You got to really ask questions, fact check everything. Okay, so next thing. Do you have your water ready? OMG, you got to ask questions. That's why I asked them. That is my water right there. Let me just make sure that we're not going to move into any more music. I don't think we are. Okay, good. Yeah, I got my water. Got it ready. I'm going to take a sip. Oh my goodness, that HTO is so good. Do you have your blood pressure monitor? You should. Let me tell you, I have been experiencing, oh my goodness, half of my body just, I don't know, doesn't feel fantastic. So here I am pushing health, but I've been pushing myself a little hard and grinding a little bit too hard in the background here. And I need to take better care of myself. So yeah, I think I'll go check my blood pressure today. Yeah, no. Are you are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, for what? I think the fireworks are about to pop off. Yesterday, a ton happening, and we're going to get into it. But I always like to plug the universe a little bit before we get started. So I am going to do that off the top of the show. Not many here to hear me plug, but I'm going to do that. And here's the plug. There are airdrops. Why are they airdropping to you wonderful, beautiful people? Because the universe is a new wallet. Yeah, it's a new wallet. And it's been out here since March of 2024. So there's going to be a 1-year anniversary. Oh my goodness, I'll have to get my Marilyn on and sing the happy birthday song. So I will have to get that ready. But we're not there yet. So I can tell you this. The universe is giving out airdrops. And those airdrops are to reward you, beautiful people, for what you're doing. What are you doing? You're supporting them. And as you support them, while they build out their wallet, the tools that are for you, so that you can go and make sure you stack those sats. Because that's what the universe is all about, is building out those tools. And what are some of the airdrops looking like? Well, hey, if you go to the top of the page, the universe wallet, you will see the link to Discord. You should probably sign up for Discord. Yeah, I would. And once you sign up for Discord, then you can actually become a part of the fun. What fun is there? You're going to get first 20 to respond to the Discord contests in the back room there. You get a 5x multiplier. The first 50 gets a 2x multiplier. And there's some other multipliers. I'll just spread it throughout the show. But I'm going to jump in right now and ask Bitcoin Ape to unmute himself. And hopefully we can get some more people in the space. We tend to go a little longer on Wednesdays, but if there's not, then we'll wrap it up probably within, we'll go to probably 12:30. But let's see. Bitcoin Ape, are you still here? And can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, yeah. How are you today? Good rising, good rising.
Yeah. Good rising indeed. So quite a good day, everything is dipping right now. But for sure. Let's see what are the news and why we can be bullish for 25. So let's see during this space, to the out and talking about, massive news are coming. Sounds good for you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, let's take a look at Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin is going for a bit of a swim, and it saw a beautiful board, a diving board, and it's deciding to dive. Yeah, it's diving right now into the water. And it's at 96,865 and 29 cents USD. So it's taking a plunge. And that's okay. When it does that, that's good news. Why is that good news? Because then that affords you opportunities to prep and to stack those sats. Maybe you're cautious and you're not sure what to do right now. But we're going to talk about that later, how to help you through a Black Swan event. And I think this is happy time right now. This is one of the most exciting times that I have experienced in crypto right this minute, right now, today. And I actually saw the news that you shared with me, Bitcoin Ape. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? You sent me a post, And maybe if you can get into it a little bit, that would be helpful.
The news about the bank?
Yes. So quickly, I'll just say this, and then you can comment on it. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corp, so that's the FDIC. Canada, you have the CDIC. You have the Canadian Deposit Insurance Corporation, and those two agencies govern your banks. Okay, so there's the FDIC for the US and CDIC for Canada. Just mentioning Canada because Canada is the next door neighbor to the United States. Well, anyhow, the FDIC plans to revise bank guidelines for crypto. They're aiming to allow banks to embark on some crypto. Yes, please. Could you put the pause on again, please? Hear that applause, because I'm telling you, listen, this could be what Saylor was hinting at. If you are following Saylor, he kept on saying, this is a big day. This is a big day. And this is pretty big news. Maybe there's something even bigger, but I got to say this is big. We got the applause for it. So the FDIC plans to revise bank guidelines for crypto, aiming to allow banks to embark on some crypto activities without getting regulatory permission first. Some banks have met with government officials to push for offering custody of crypto assets. Can you imagine? Along with Absolutely. Thank you for that applause. Along with tokenized deposits, that could put some checking accounts on blockchains, according to a person that is more familiar with the matter. My first thing that I'll say is, can you imagine the faces of all your family and friends when they hear this? Like they're gonna be coming to you. Insane. They're gonna think you're the Messiah. They're gonna be like, teach us, help us. But Bitcoin 8, what do you think of that? We got a ton of applause for that. So thank you, wherever all those people are that were applauding. We appreciate it. Because we see the space is pretty thin, but what an exciting day. OMG.
Massive. This is massive news, That's insane. The banks. I think people didn't still realize, that folks. Yes, the banks are coming. What that means, in other words, we are winning. We won, folks. When you see,
Well,
I'm
maybe
going to pin the
we
post,
might have
folks.
won, or we
The
might have
insane
built our
thing
prison. It depends on how you look at it.
is that the banks are pushing the government to get their clients and get crypto available for them. So I don't know, people, for the last 10 years maybe, the crypto space is pushing. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm listening.
Is it better?
To you very close.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. We're good.
We got Ilse Crypto. You're welcome. Maybe she can join us today at Ilse Crypto. Yeah, welcome to if you want to have a talk.
I was about to, if you can comment, I was about to ask if Healthy Crypto would like to unmute herself, because I know that, she may have some really interesting comments for this. I can almost feel her excitement bubbling through her PFP.
Yo, Ilse, what's up? GM, how you doing?
It's GM.
Comment ça
How
va?
are you doing? Ça va. Everything is okay.
Yeah, it's very great. Thank you. Very, very good. We was talking about the last news, that if I don't know if you heard about that in US, as is mainly the main market for crypto, the banks, the banks are pushing the government to accept, the request to get crypto for their clients on custody. So I think people didn't still realize, but I think it's one of the main
because
news.
because we received this time, I think this since few weeks now, we are received massive rockets according cryptocurrency. A lot of people now, I think, doesn't mesh all the information and the impacts on the markets. And it's completely crazy things for me, and it's very as you just told before, massive news. But we are I think a lot of people, especially on our community, ask about what is going to be happen, because it's the first time in the history of crypto then instance like banks, like insurance, like huge and people and famous people call and talk about cryptocurrency. And what about us? What about the native dream of Satoshi Nakamoto? What's going to be happen now? The institution is on the place, and they want to take the place. They want also to take huge money. And no, a lot of people ask, they say, okay, the bull run for the more optimistic people, the bull run is going to be a little bit, how can you say, on the timeline, is going to appear a little bit later now. And for the more pessimistic people, they said the bull run is never going to be happen. So what do you think about all these stuffs and for crypto, for stamp, for SRC20, for Bitcoin chain? What do you think about all this information now?
So first, indeed, you see people are, quite mitigate about, the bull run. But frankly, the people are not enough patient. We need to be patient,
Yeah.
because it's not the same. We will not witness the same bull run that the last, bull run that we saw before, and especially the 2021 bull run, when everybody was at home during the COVID
Mm-hmm.
and getting free money from the government, stimulus check and government a check in Europe, in US as
Yeah.
well, in Asia. So people was quite boring to stay at home. So what they did, they speculate on BTC, on Bitcoin, and all the crypto.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that much of of crypto, but maybe 10,000 crypto was
Yeah.
available on the market, and infinite money was also available through the stimulus check and all the quantitative easing sent to the people and also institution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we saw a massive uptrend of some crypto NFTs and massive bull run. And indeed, in 2021, you put $100 and $10,000 appears in your wallet. So it was insane. But the thing is, today is quite different. 2025 will be quite different, but it will be also very massive. Because first, now we got the institution who are now following on Bitcoin. Look, Noor, there is like in 2023, Bitcoin was at 30,000 euro, 30,000 dollar, and now it's $100, 120, close to 120. So we got like multiply by 4 the price of
Yeah.
Bitcoin. We got some meme coin
Yeah. Right.
who move a little bit. We got as well. You can see in SRC20 also. Some Kevin and Stan basically made a good uptrend. During 23 and 24. So basically, why I'm bullish now about 25 is
Mm-hmm.
first, this massive news that now it will be easy for the people to
To
move their
come.
money on their wallet. Because the thing is, today and before this news, that the bank was against crypto, so it was quite hard, and it's still quite hard to move your money from the bank account to a wallet. And if that the banks basically give the easiest way for the clients to buy crypto and to move their money. Do you see where we can go? Imagine where we can go. Could be massive.
You are right. You are completely right.
And then the second thing is we see that that now mostly in the US, but I think more countries follow. We got the strategic reserve of Bitcoin, and maybe for some other crypto will be also available on country strategic reserve. So I think it's massive as well. We didn't still realize that people now are FOMOing on crypto, and this is only the beginning because between getting the news and the news from the politician and the agreement and the regulation made by the lawyers and all the stuff and bring
Indeed.
to the country. It takes time. Could take 6 months to 1 year. 1 year, you know what I mean? Even technically, etc. It takes time, to get all the things aligned. But the things are happening under our eyes, and the more we are going deeper in the year, the more the piece of the puzzle will be aligned. And the last things I would like to add could be massive. Nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about that. The thing is, what Trump is offering to the people in the US. He would like to delay it. He would like to delay the income tax.
Yeah.
It's like a stimulus check. It's
I
like
thought to myself that I'm going to have I'm going to create a company in US just for that.
Yeah, indeed. A crypto company.
I'm going to jump there.
Yeah, why
Indeed.
not? I think it could be
Yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Because the thing is,
yeah.
they want to delay the tax not only for the crypto but the income tax. What that means, if someone is, I don't
Wow.
know, if someone is earning $5,000 or $3,000
Mhm.
and paying on this $3,000 half of the money to the government, but now
Yeah.
this money, the government want to bring back the money to the
Mhm.
people. What this money can go? Of course, they will go on stocks. Of course, they will go to bonds or US Treasury bonds or stuff like that. But as well on the
Yeah, yeah.
risky assets. So we will share. We get some share of the pie.
Yeah,
So
it's a very smart decision.
hundred
The
percent.
Yeah, very smart decision when you see the taxes now in Europe, especially in France. You see that it's completely crazy.
Yeah,
They're going to kill all the freelance, the small company, and you cannot live with this kind of taxes. That's why one of the reason that I'm going to leave also Europe in the end of the year. I cannot stay anymore there because it's going to kill. You work and you give your money. You
100%.
can give a part of your money, but giving 60-70% to the through taxes, and you're working very hard and you're taking all the risk.
Yeah,
That's not that's
not fair.
it's craziness.
It's not fair indeed.
It's unfair completely.
So that's why.
Then that's the reason why a lot of people from Europe now is going to interest also in crypto. And now, according to crypto, they put also flat tax. And they say, what?
Yeah, in productive tax, but how you
Yeah.
can tax the people, like unrealized profit, taxing the people on unrealized profit. what that shit
Completely
means, you know.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
even, you know, if you are losing money, so you have to pay tax, by the way.
Taxes. Yeah. 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 Because they take a kind of calcul, then an average of what you are if you lose, but you're going to pay.
Yeah, that's insane. That's why, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
some, you know,
Craziness.
the crypto
It's crazy.
industry is gonna move, I think, in more, you know,
Yeah.
more welcoming countries. And basically now in the US now are, you know, trying to regulate and making all the things, you know, happening for this industry, because
Yeah.
they
Completely.
know that everything is gonna happen there. They know they can reduce, you know, and get a better government through blockchain, through AI, to all the techs around. They know that people could be more productive and, you know, getting better jobs thanks to AI now. Look what we can do with
And
AI today. You know, like before
yeah. Yeah.
you have to write an email or, you know, a letter or anything. You know, looking for
Mhm.
some news or for your work as well, making your own table or other stuff. It could take half a day. Now in few minutes you can do
Yeah.
it. So basically, in terms of productivity, it could be massive. Like the internet bring in 2000 for some countries, you know, a massive uptrend of productivity. So I basically believe that it would be the same trend that we witness in 25 and the next 5 years, thanks to AI. But some country realize that, like US, China,
Yeah.
even Russia, or some country, even in Africa or in the Middle East as
Yeah.
well.
Not Europe.
But Europe, no. Europe, they are like, you know, people who are,
There's going to lock the EA
yeah,
with with heavy law allows to close all the door of the new technology. It's crazy.
that
It's completely crazy.
because, you know, unfortunately, you know, there is some lobbies and, you know, the
Yeah.
boomers, as well, the boomers,
Yeah.
sorry to
Oh
say,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all the continent, you know, Europe is getting older and older, and they don't want to change. It's hard for them now to change, unfortunately. But they are now, you know, witnessing that, you know, the brains, the people, the smart people are leaving,
Hmm.
unfortunately, because they know the future is not in Europe anymore. Maybe we will be like, you know, ape, you know, tourists will come in Europe and throw some, you know, food to ape like us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
yeah.
Some,
You're right.
but that's why now there is other country who are welcoming this industry with large hands, and that's the way it is. But
That's why I'm trying to explain that all the system, all the blockchain is not only a currency. It's a technology that is going to be applied in a huge domains, and that's people doesn't understand. They say, yeah, crypto, it's a what it say, it's a scam and blah blah. And they say, but you don't know what is the crypto, what is a blockchain.
yeah,
You are working, a lot of companies working with the technology of the Web3, and now you are telling me that you said it's a bullshit and la 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 la, and people doesn't know all the application of
yeah,
this technology is going to be developed on the blockchain,
100%.
and we try to say, ah, really?
And
Ah, it works like this.
it's open up the
Ah,
world. You know what I mean?
yeah,
When you are an
yeah.
entrepreneur, for example, if you have a website or e-commerce, or if you have a business, any business, you know,
Mm,
thanks to the wallet now, you don't need the banks anymore. That's why Europe is against, you know, that kind of business, or against the blockchain, because, you know, when you have a wallet, when you have
mhm,
your website, and you can accept anyone paying you through a wallet
mhm,
without, you know, bank
mhm.
transfers or anything, you open up
Yeah,
you the world. You
yeah,
can
you're
sell to
right.
everyone in the world, because, you know, the main friction to
Mhm,
develop your business was payment, because we were
mhm.
under a monopoly of payment during the last 50 years with Visa,
Yeah.
MasterCard, and Swift. For the last 50 years, folks, we didn't change the payment technology. The last 50 years,
Yeah.
nothing changed. And the folks came and taking 2 or 3% on any payment. That's insane. But now, thanks to the blockchain, thanks to the walletization of the world,
Mm-hmm.
now with a
Indeed.
wallet, you can make anything you want. And you can
Yeah.
sell anything you want to anyone in the world. That's a
In the
crazy thing.
world.
We,
Yeah.
we don't we don't still understand about what's happening. What that means? That means other countries as well will benefit to this, this massive revolution. New countries, new powers will, be, new powers will be, will shine during this century. It will be countries, it will be institutions, it will be companies because of this revolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
completely. You
the
are
revolution
completely
of
right.
the credit card is like, before the before when they create, the paper money. Chinese will create the paper money before you have to move hundred of kilograms or pound of gold,
Mm-hmm.
to buy anything in the world. But thanks to that kind of revolution of, and of, the payment of the
Mm-hmm.
monetary revolution, it will be more. We will see more fluidity
Yeah.
in
Indeed.
trade. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
trade will bring wealth to the society. Of course, there is other things like to be secure, to get an educated people and all
People.
the stuff. But what that thanks to what?
Mm-hmm.
To wealth that, made by the people, that you can create school, you can secure the country, you can trade with other people, you can travel, you can, create new innovative and disruptive technology thanks to wealth.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
wealth first is coming to get, to trade more, to have the freedom of trade, basically.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So that's only what I think. That's why, today we are witnessing some revolution under our eyes. There is some, massive news that's happening right now, and maybe we will say in few years we will watch behind our back and say, yeah, it was, like crazy news, and that kind of revolution news that, can, or decision that change
Yeah.
the world that we will be in few years. And it's happening right now, basically.
Yeah. Completely.
Not only for Bitcoin, but
So we are in a good we are in the good trend, and especially with stamp and on and the protocol SLC20. I think really we think really it's a deep revolution on the system, and for sure in the future we are going to need to fix and secure the system with this kind of technology, because the lack of, for me, in the lack of on the blockchain transaction is the security, not of the blockchain, but on the people who's phishing or scamming, or it's a really lack of for the moment. But I
yeah,
guess in the future, with all this stuff, institution, banks, is going to be involved with this kind of ISO for sure, and they're going to fix I think the main problem that we are living now today is going to be fixed with the protocol of stamp. So people have to know that,
yes, indeed, definitely, indeed,
because
it was,
stamp, we have to secure the mother of the crypto. That's Bitcoin. That's it. And if a protocol is building on the system to secure the most important currency on the crypto for the moment, it's going to be the Bitcoin, and staying the Bitcoin for the moment. And according to me, it's Stamp protocol is the place to be now, right now,
Yeah, definitely, indeed.
for
Stamps and
sure.
Bitcoin, and
Yeah.
we saw that. Sorry, Trudy, that maybe if you
Oh
would like to
no, no.
ask anything.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen. I no.
Sorry.
Hey, can I have you do something here for me, please? Remove the word sorry, okay?
Okay.
Because here's the thing. This is a stamp with attitude. That's what SWA stands for, okay? S is for stamp, W is for with, A is for attitude. And that's what we got to do because that is the passion that we absolutely need. So I am here luxuriating in the conversation. Oh my goodness. And I'm just looking around and hey, I want to give a shout out to Load 90. Want to give a shout out to Sadie Riggs. Want to give a shout out to ActPen. Thanks for popping in here because we're just about to pop off. Bitcoin Ape and Healthy Crypto are getting into a pretty interesting conversation. There's a ton going on in Europe, and they are telling us why they believe that Stamp is such an important protocol. And this news that we just got today, listen, if you didn't hear some pretty big news here, and I'm just gonna kind of highlight this news again, and then you two can kind of take off on it again, and I'll give you my 2 cents, okay? So the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation plans to revise bank guidelines for crypto, aiming to allow banks to embark on some crypto activities without getting regulatory permission first. So some banks have met with government officials to push for yes, absolutely, to push for offering custody of crypto assets along with tokenized deposits that could put some checking accounts on the blockchain. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And I'll quickly tell you, and then I'd like you guys to get back in that conversation. People, if the bank, and we're talking like the United States of America, which we know is leading the economy everywhere, and I got some more to say on that later, but they are basically setting a precedent here. So if their banks are now going to open up the doors to their customers so their customers can start interacting with cryptocurrency. Like, do you understand how big that is? Why is that big? Well, for most citizens, they will not move their money into something that is not been given a stamp of approval by their government or their financial institutions. So, what we're seeing here is we are seeing permission. That is correct. Most citizens are looking for permission and they're looking for endorsements. So, who are the two biggest endorsers? The government. Once a government gives the green light, okay, followed by the next biggest institution out there, which is the banks, you are going to see adoption increasing like you have not seen it before. That is why I think this is humongous because it's giving permission, it's giving an endorsement. So, like I said before, if you have had family members that have been laughing at you, that have been saying, hey, you're in a scam, well, wait till they find out that their bank, their local bank, is now about to push cryptocurrency on them. Like they're going to fall out of their chair. Their,
I
their, their,
wish
their
to
brain
be this
their brains
day.
yeah, their brains are going to fall out of their bodies, people, because they have been told by the government, by the banks, that is a scam, stay away from it. Now they're doing
Yeah.
a full 180, okay? And they're telling you something different. So that's why I think it's big. And that's why I'm actually enjoying your conversation.
Yeah, that's completely right because we are fighting, especially according to me, on my family because they say, you are going to lose your money and you are stupid and blah, blah. And they say, no, no, I believe that is the future and I'm too late, according to me, because I heard about all this, the blockchain system since 2020. I know. And I said, no, maybe I bought some gold, some silver. And I said, no, we have to stay with material things and blah, blah. And I regret it. I'm honest. I regret it. I have, I wish then I can back to the future, back to the future and jump on the train and say, okay, it's never too late. But now I'm very convinced, really deeply, then it's the bull run of ontology. This one, we are going to learn for 20 years next in the future, because we are living a history has just you told, then because bank give the green, I say the green
Green light.
the green fire, the thing, yeah, let's go, it's safe, it's you can make money, you can involve technology, we are going to need it. And that's why I'm trying to convince people, smart people, because the others is a little bit difficult. I have no energy for that. But anyway, for me, I'm very 100% convinced that we are on the good place. I'm very proud because we chose for the first time of my life a project, then I believe it in 100%. When I see the white paper, when I see the community increasing, when I see everything on this stamp project, I'm say I never have a doubt about it, never, ever, ever. Or say, oh, maybe not, or maybe they say no. This technology is going to be needed today, maybe today, for sure tomorrow. And that's why I'm trying to follow, to share with also people that I know. And also we are going to and the Bitcoin hypes just also saw that on their follower, I guess, too, because a lot of people coming and say, okay, it's very interesting, so tell me more about it, how we can buy it. They say a lot of very and we say, people start to be very interested on this project, and they cannot say, I'm not here very good, a very smart people say it's a scam on stamp, on the stamp project, and it's very, very rare then people doesn't come and say scam, it's scam. For the moment, I didn't see it, and it's a very, and you see how this protocol is very strong.
And we are still very early, by the way. Is he
Yeah.
very we think that we are late in this protocol, but we are very, very early right now. So for sure, as you said, from now and in the future, SC20 and stamps will show their full potential to, to many in the crypto space, but also to anyone who have interest about data permanence and data immutability. So I hope that it will go smoothly, quite easily for Stamp and SRC20, and not, through a black swan for,
Yeah.
other protocol, or
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe, as we saw in the cloud. I don't know if you remember the cloud, how the cloud,
Yeah.
the success of the cloud happens. Uh, is true because more and more people was using their data, because before,
Mhm.
all your data was stored on your laptop servers or on external servers, but physical servers, because the cloud didn't exist before. And one day,
Mhm.
there is a guy, it was, I think, a CEO of a company who got, who was on the first, guy who used the cloud, and unfortunately, his plane crashed in the sea, in the river. But
Mhm.
fortunately, nobody died, but everybody get out of the plane and was, rescued. But everything inside the plane, laptop and all the things of the people, was in the plane, And then, someone, I think a journalist, came and said, "Yeah, are you okay? I'm fine. Yeah." He said, "Yeah, me, I'm okay. But the most better thing is that, my data as also, store in the cloud." And the journalist said, "What the hell is the cloud? And he explained that the cloud, was that now you can store your data, you know, on an external servers, who are not yours, but thanks to that kind of new technology and innovation, your data are saved. But the thing is now today, the cloud is at risk. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
the more we are going through the digital world, because I'm convinced that we are still in the prehistory,
Mm-hmm.
of the digital, in the digital world, we are not even at the start. But the thing, the more we are going through the digital world, the more the tech will be efficient, and it will be more
Mm-hmm.
easier to hack, that kind of external servers, you know, and the cloud as well. It will be more easier for AI,
Mm-hmm.
AI agent or AI, like I can say AI intelligence to hack, any cloud around the world, any
Mm-hmm.
networks. What that means in the end, that means that the main value data, the main important data, whatever it will be a constitution
Mm-hmm.
of a country. You know what I mean? It will be some
Mm-hmm.
laws. It will be anything quite important for a company, for some people, individuals, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They will need, a more secure, a more secure infrastructure that is immutable. It can't be, can't be removed, can't be changed. And what is it? Basically, it's Bitcoin. It's
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin and in infrastructure, like the ecosystem of stamps and
Mm-hmm.
SRC20. So that's why, I hope that this data Armageddon will not happen, but
Mm-hmm.
we will find another way to bring stamps and SRC20 to the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I truly believe that stamps and SRC20 could be of massive value for anything we like to invest in. So of course we are still early. People still don't realize where we are going, but yeah, our data are at risk. Definitely, even they are in the cloud or on the Microsoft servers or anywhere in the world, or AWS, Amazon, servers anywhere in the world. I think it will be more and more easier to hack that kind of servers. So
Indeed.
we need more
Mm-hmm.
performant and secure infrastructure, basically.
It sounds good. All this stuff sounds very good for us, for all the stamps holder, and we wish to have also how I can say that. We should have the better bull run for the project stamp and all for also the older. And how was I told? And I tell also keep a part of stamp on your wallet, because stamp it's just the beginning. Even what's going to be happen, keep stamp on your wallet apart. Then you are never going to be how I can say. I'm still tired now.
You
Uh,
mean it can be, you will never,
never
you will always be, happy or stuff like that, or not happy,
happy.
but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, indeed.
yeah, you will be not forget as well the name in English, but yes, indeed,
Yeah,
and now the the money
disappointed.
is
Never
disappointed,
going to be
100%.
disappointed. Yeah,
And the money is moving, from always from the impatient to the patient people.
yeah,
We have to be patient.
completely.
Look, we are waiting for this, for this bull run since 2022, 2021. For the last 3 years now, we
Yeah,
are waiting. You know what I mean?
yeah, indeed.
So we have to wait,
Just
and the more it's boring, the most, the more return you will get. So that's why the people are too impatient
yeah, too
to
much.
get. But look, all around. Look at Ethereum, for example. Ethereum is a
Yeah,
billion-dollar, infrastructures, but it's not moving. The price is not moving at all.
mm,
For sure, it
no,
will be moved, but it shows that even Ethereum or Bitcoin, it took time for to get a mass adoption. Look at Ethereum; it was at $1 a few years ago.
Few years ago, indeed.
It was at
I
$1.
lost this opportunity.
But it's still, it's still a good time. We are still early. We are still early for
Yeah, for the
every
future.
technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
that's why we are thinking that less than 3 or 4% of people, own crypto around the world. But now all the
Yeah.
puzzle, is now aligning, and we get all the pieces of the puzzle. More and more of the pieces are aligning on the table, so it's gonna be massive. So the thing is, what you have to understand is that when you own Bitcoin, when you own even Ethereum, when you own some stamps, when you own some SRC20, when you own some, like NFTs as well, in the
Mm-hmm.
close future, in the next 5 years, let's say, Bitcoin
It's
and
going to be.
Ethereum will be the digital highway. Sorry, they
Mm-hmm.
will be the highway of the digital
Mm-hmm.
economy. What that means? That means if you own Ethereum, if you own Bitcoin, if you own some SRC20, if you own, some also some token from the main blockchain, it means that you own some share of this highway.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. Indeed, completely right.
The crazy
We
thing
are in the
is,
beginning and we have to repeat it
it's
and
like
say we are. Yeah.
100%. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
like 50 years ago or 40 years ago, when I was,
Mm-hmm.
when people were saying, buy some Apple stock,
Yeah.
buy some, like IBM stocks,
And be so. Mm-hmm.
buy some, like Google stocks.
Mm-hmm.
People say, what the
Indeed.
fuck are you talking about? What
Yeah,
this guy
indeed.
is crazy,
Completely.
what he's talking about. But the thing is, and it's quite easy today with all the information we got than before, like a few years ago. We got all the information under our eyes. This means that that it's gonna happen as well. With Bitcoin to $1 million, with Ethereum to maybe $50,000, with stamp, with $5 or $10. I think. And the more we are going deeper in this technology, in the world, in digital world, the more the world will need blockchain.
Ah, yes, I agree 100% for that.
AI is coming.
That's why.
The data, we're
Yes.
gonna get data flow like craziness. Because now, look, only on TikTok, for example, I'm now trying
Mm-hmm.
to look on TikTok, maybe creating some, AI agent for TikTok, for
Mm-hmm.
SRC20 and STEM could be interesting. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, now you know what is the problem of TikTok? And for the influencers, now you got a new type of influencers. They are AI agent, and
AI
they are
agents.
floating. You know, TikTok. They are
I
floating.
see that.
TikTok with data and videos and all the stuff. So
Mm.
and because they understood as well that you need to flow the social media with data, with video and anything. You have to like you need to flow the social media. Noyer, I don't know, in English, like getting a massive of like plenty of videos, plenty of of comments and all the stuff around what you believe or what you want to do. Because the more
Yeah.
data and the more video of your product or services will be on the social media, the more you will
Mm-hmm.
get, people in front of your services or your product. And now the AI agent well understood, that kind of strategy. So now look, in the future, the data, the massive data flow that we will get is insane.
Mm.
So that's why,
Insane, yeah.
the digital world now, we are only at the start of something big. I think, the AATization of the web. So, and the more we are going through that kind of, new era of this AI digital world, the more, hello, Motodoshi, if you like to join us, you're most welcome.
Mm.
And the more, we will need that kind of infrastructure that is secure, immutable, and it will get value, a lot of value. Because to store your data on Bitcoin, it will be very expensive.
Yeah, completely. And we see a lot of the stamp community is very strong also. And we are, because I just see some, as we propose also, we just see some, we can scoring and some kind of this stuff. And I just go deep on it and I say, wow, we increase a lot of how we can say trustness on this protocol, and I'm very happy about it, because when you see the percentage, when you see on coin market or Ginkgo about stamp, a lot of people are very, very positive, even if the market is completely red for the moment. When you go on deeply on that, you say, wow, 90% of the person are very, very bullish for according stamp. And now we see the powerful of our community, and we have to say, you just tell it also, Bitcoin app a lot of time. Thanks to all the community for supporting them every day, because every day we are publishing about stamp, we are commenting, we say comments below Binance, OKX, or Coinbase, or even other how we can say important information according of course about crypto. And thanks to them also, because they're supporting all on their side also stamp, and it works. Just say that it works, and it's very when I see that, I see they give me more energy, if I can say that, to restart and say, okay, let's go, it's my turn now. I will do my job, and I will go to show and to present stamp project, and it's very nice, really.
That's great, yeah, indeed, to, and you look very convinced about this protocol. That sounds very, very good, as well.
And Sandy, Winnie, also a lot of people here. It's very. It makes me. I can talk just about me. Makes me a lot of good vibes, and receive also very interesting information. So thank you, girls, to be there also.
Hey guys, did it go
Ladies,
silent for a second? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I think it went silent for a second there. Yeah, no, some really good stuff that's being said. I think that we need to always like continue this conversation, and what I would like to do is just get some feedback here on the art, the stamp art, because I think that um, we have to, in my mind, anyhow, I think that in order to bring more people in here, we have to get them familiar with the whole entire community. And the community of stamp really started with the art. Yes, we are absolutely excited about the tokens. We're getting some really bullish signs from the governments around the world of things that they're going to do. And I'd like to kind of dive into the art side of things. So I know that there is an art directory for stamp, and that's the Nakamoto stamps. So if somebody has some more information on that and they want to jump in, I'm just going to share a little bit of about that, because art has a way of speaking to people and getting them really interested, because art speaks to our soul. And I can tell you that the creator of Stamp is an artist. I say it all the time. At Mike in Space is not a developer. He's an artist. And he created the protocol because he was concerned about the immutability of the art. If you're going to take time as an artist to create, you absolutely want to make sure that it is going to remain on chain, that there's no opportunities for anyone in the future to say this art doesn't belong here, because the blockchain, Bitcoin specifically, is about freedom of speech. That's what it's really about. Freedom of speech. That's why Satoshi created this. It's a trustless way for us to speak to one another. Yes, we speak to one another through financial transactions, and we speak to one another through how we view the world. And people have different ways of viewing the world, and art is a big part of it. I bring that up because, today we're so excited. We're pumped on Stamp. And a part of what I wanted to also highlight was a Stamp update, the art, and then we can get into the tokens. So there's some really beautiful artwork that's on Bitcoin. It's worth collecting, people. If you're bullish on-chain digital artifacts, HNFT stamps, at Stamp Chain is what you need. So there is a post here from Nakamoto Stamp Index. Please follow them. Their tag is at NSI Directory. And so they're asking you to check out the Stamp directory and curated indexes so far. They're taking the time to curate a space where you can go to actually look at a sample of the artists that are really here because that's their craft. That's what they do. That's what they love. And because they're so passionate and they're also big Bitcoiners, they want to ensure that their work remains here for infinity. They care enough about their work that they don't want somebody to come and scrub it. We know that there's a lot of censorship in the world, and things are sometimes removed because, it's upsetting to other people, yada, yada. But art is something that is a personal expression, and we should have the right to express that. So that's what you're able to do on Bitcoin, and you're able to make sure that it remains here. I really get flabbergasted. Yeah, go look that one up. Flabbergasted when people come around and they say things like, oh, permanence doesn't matter. Really? Go tell your spouse that, okay? Take that ring off their finger and go tell them permanence doesn't matter, because permanence does matter, people. Okay? And so the fact that you can have Stamp that can make that claim that I will be here forever, that's pretty amazing. So that speaks to the artists, because they want their work to be here forever. It's not just going to disappear on them. And unfortunately, some of the other protocols, as much as I love them, they have that lurking over their head. In fact, I won't get into it, but some of the projects that artists have put their heart and soul into, because their work was not, I guess, compliant, they actually had their work removed from Magic Eden, okay? They had their work removed from some of the different marketplaces. Literally, it was a bit of a controversy. So you can imagine being an artist and then waking up to go to, the place that you thought you were going to put your art so that people could come to find out that your artwork was removed. Well, you can't do that on Stamp. So shout out to Nakamoto Stamp Index for creating and curating some artists and work that we can go and look at. So have a look at that. In fact, every single month, they ask you to vote for your favorite Stamp art, because they want to feature that. They want to feature some of these artists. So if there's an artist in stamp right now that's not getting a ton of love, you can actually shout them out, tag their work at Nakamoto Stamp Index. And again, that's at NSI Directory. And then they can guide you to the place where you'll need to go to vote for your favorite artist. I'm taking a look right now. So I'm over at NSIdirectory.com, NSIdirectory.com. And it's absolutely beautiful and stunning, the website. So once you head over to the website, you're going to see immutable on-chain artworks. Here's what's so beautiful. I love this. Oh, they've organized it all for me here. Okay, so if you want to go into the Legacy Index, there's a stamp here of Kevin. We know the Kevin stamp. So you just collect the Legacy Index, and then that brings you to some of the stamps that have really created, I guess, the vibe and the energy of stamp. And so they call that the Legacy Index. And so you can kind of walk through some of the pieces there. They've got, well, all of the stamps, guys, are numbered. Okay. So the earliest stamp is going to be quite valuable. So some of these Legacy Indexes have stamp numbers, like they're stamp 11. Okay. The artist is Fake Arwin. And they have scores. So the rarity score on this is 39.9. Okay. And let's see if I can get the name of it. Yeah, well, it's just stamp number 11. And so interesting stamp. And then it gives you the artist and the rarity score. So there's another one here that I want to share with you. You'll know more. See, I'm sharing this right now, but really what I want you to do is go and take a look at that. Yeah, I'm here for the universe, and the universe does allow you to buy some stamps. I'll get there in a moment, but this is a beautiful way to take a look at some of the different artists and their collections. So I'm looking at another one here. Oh my goodness. Stamp number 1. Good luck getting that out of somebody's hand, okay? This is a Legacy Index, stamp 06, issuance, the first stamp, stamp number 1. Guess who the artist was, guys? Yeah, Mike in space. Can you imagine having that in your wallet? OMG. Talk about valuable, okay? Rarity score 36.2. Artist Mike in space. So you can actually have the first stamp, if you can claw it out of somebody's hand, that was actually made from the creator Mike in space. So just a little nice way to feature the different artists here. And I think I'm going to make it a point to even share one per day. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a commitment on my page, my personal page, that I am going to go over to the NSIdirectory.com, NSIdirectory.com, and I am going to go into one of the curated pages here. So I pressed the Legacy tab, and I'm going to share one stamp a day, because I really believe that art is how we're going to reach people and get them to kind of click into the fact that this is not just about, it's a protocol. It's about the tech. Healthy Cryptos has said it many times. It's the tech. It's the fact that there's permanence here. And that permanence is so important, because that will also flow into why the SRC20s are so important. But I thought that I just wanted to highlight that. And I really want to get some more artists out here in the future. I know the artists are very, very humble, and they don't really like to brag about their work. But hey, I can do that for them. Okay, but let me share something with you in regards to the art on stamp. okay? Because we are, sorry, in regards to the art with the universe. So listen, if you go to tapwallet.io, okay, because I do shill, guess what? They're already supporting the artwork. So if there are some stamps that you want to get, you obviously can go to this directory and they'll give you more information on how you can get that art. There's also Stamp Ninja, people. You can go to Stamp Ninja and you can get some artwork there. And you can come over to tapwallet.io and then you're going to click the marketplace. Once you click the marketplace, what will upload is about 8 pages. Yeah, 8 pages of art that is absolutely on sale right now that you can pick up. And these are mostly secondary pieces, second hand pieces, meaning that they are basically purchased already, and some of the folks that have purchased them are looking to maybe upgrade, or they're exiting these different pieces. So you're able to pick them up in your wallet. I mean, as collectors, you know, oftentimes we have reasons for why we buy and why we sell. So what do we care? We can pick them up and we can hodl them and we can hold them for the time that becomes most opportunity to you to actually then sell it. Because I tell you, once the market gets going, art will start to take front stage, center stage, just like, you know, NFTs have done before. I don't call these NFTs because they're not, okay? Not in the sense of like, most NFTs, in my mind anyhow, they're on the ETH chain, okay? That's on a Amazon web server. Yeah, I said it. That's on an Amazon web server. So that pointer, if it's not pointing, you could lose access to all your NFTs, okay? But on Bitcoin, it's on chain. So we don't have to worry about the light bills not being paid. We don't have to worry about somebody, you know, shutting down the server, because there are miners out there that are protecting this chain. And that's why it's so powerful to actually have some of that in your wallet, because that's always there. You don't have to worry about going to sleep and waking up and it not being there. Thought I would mention that. The other thing that I want to quickly mention, because I do want to talk also about Black Swan events. I think that's really important, because we've kind of covered most of what I wanted to look into today, as far as the, you know, the major points in the stamp arena and Bitcoin. I want to shill you. Yes, I want to shill you. Here's what I want to shill you: some iStamps. Why do I want to do that? Well, iStamps. Oh, okay. So there's some more sales. That's great. So here's what the universe is doing. The universe is supporting Stamp in a big way. They're giving us these spaces that we can come and, you know, have a discussion around Stamp and get people more excited and bring more people into the Stamp world. And they're also giving us an opportunity to have some tools. If you are uniquely interested in stamps, the art, and SRC20, the token, well, with iStamps, you can actually earn 50% of the monthly marketplace revenue with iStamps. Now, that would be the revenue from the universe marketplace, okay? So as the adoption picks up and the SRC20 comes out, because it is not out as yet, they are still working on the marketplace. They want to get it right, and there's some really interesting improvements that they have. One of which people might be, you may be able to mint names that have more than 5 characters. Yeah. You know, like we only can use 5 characters on the other OTCs. Well, we may be able to mint for more than 5 characters, but we won't get into that right now. Now, what I will tell you is that once that marketplace comes over here, it should be pretty brisk. Because if you've taken a look at the activity on openstamp.io, it's pretty brisk. And so you'll be able to earn 50% of those fees, but on the Universe Marketplace. So I want to make sure that people don't think that it includes the other OTCs, okay? No, it will be uniquely for the Universe. Now, the fee for that is 0.0002 BTC, okay? You only need 10. You only need 10. What is Bitcoin at right now? Well, let me tell you what Bitcoin is at. Yeah, I was telling people Bitcoin wanted to go for a swim, and it saw a diving board. And so it decided to get onto the diving board, and it took a dive, people. But don't be sad, okay? Stop being sad. My goodness, this is so much opportunity. It's unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, so Bitcoin is doing a dive right now. Yeah. And let's tell you how divey it is. Okay, well, you know what? Here's what it's doing. It took the dive, went down to the bottom of the pool, and now it's coming back up, okay? It's still in the deep end though, people. It's coming back up. We're at 97,671.30. But that's good news. You know why? Because that means that you can go and stack some more sats. You can pick up some more Bitcoin, and then you can pick up some more tools. And one of the tools that I just shared with you was the iStamps. Hey, I want to kind of ask anybody out there that hasn't kind of shared. Sadie, do you want to unmute yourself? Are you still out there?
Come on, Shady. Come on. Come on, join us.
Allez, Sadie. Allez.
Okay.
In French.
So she might have stepped away. But
Hello, I'm here.
oh, okay.
I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't missed a thing.
Okay.
Yay!
Nice. Nice. Yeah, no, I was talking about the art. What are your thoughts on art in general? Like, I know you picked up some stamp art.
Yeah, I did. I love art. I have a cajillion NFTs, and I heard what you said about NFTs. I've got them in miscellaneous wallets, and I did buy the one HNFT Peppy pieces, which I really liked right from the second I saw it. Unfortunately, because of my Canadian dollar and blah blah blah, I've run out of money, so I'm just going to have to rebuild and before I can buy any more art. But I love it. Art moves me in different ways, and art is all sorts of different mediums. But to be able to look at a piece of art, something that somebody poured their heart into, and have it move me is phenomenal. And yeah, whether I take a lot of pictures, I'm a photographer, kind of. And I can look at some of my photos and I feel them. So I love art. I love art of every kind.
Wow. So could we see you with some photography? Could you stamp some photography? We might see that in the future from you.
There's a thought. Never thought of that. But yeah, that would be very cool as I get deeper and learn more for sure.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. I think art is a great way to express oneself. Like, I mean, if you're a photographer, you know that, like catching the right sunset, at the right time. And
Yeah.
you have to have an eye for it, right? So I think that it's a really powerful medium to pull people in. So as we're like talking about, stamp, we can share that, hey, do you know that you can actually have forever art on top of Bitcoin, right? So I just kind of wondered what you thought about that. And I absolutely agree with you.
Well, when I started with NFTs, I did not create, I didn't mint NFTs, I didn't create NFTs. And since then, I have gotten into AI and I create a lot of AI art, different things. But I still have continued my photography and I have minted a lot of my photography. So I can see myself in the future getting into the stamps for sure. It's just another way to share what I see as beautiful.
Yeah, and here's the challenging thing with Stamp. We must say this. It's there's file sizes are they're a part of the I guess the artistic expression. I know NFT Pepe calls it compressionism because the file sizes are rather small. But that forces, I guess, the artist to be even more creative, right? Because of the file size, and it's because it is the way that the image is stored. The file sizes tend to be much smaller than, say, some of the other protocols. So that's an interesting thing too. So for me, I can even appreciate the art even more because the file sizes are so I don't want to say limited, but I just did.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It's limited in a size kind of way. But yeah, I think I spend a little bit of time with some of my photographs and stuff, trying to make them bigger, if you know what I mean, like more pixels, more whatever, so that I can mint them and I can show absolutely every beautiful color and stuff in it. Where a lot of the times the stuff that I do shoot is very small. I'd have to learn a lot, that's for sure, before I started being able to share my art.
For sure. But yeah, we sometimes don't really appreciate the power of art. I mean, art is, in war times, people, do you know what they do? They go and they secure the art. They literally do. They secure all the art because that is an expression of their culture, of their identity. So we look at different aspects of our world, and it's a lot of it is based on the way we view the world through art. It could be statues, it could be monuments, but that's all art. Okay. Hey, they know what I'm talking about in New York. You got that Liberty. I think the French sent that to you, so you understand all that art stuff. Okay. And I like to say, in fact, that Stamp is it is kind of like the Cyber Metropolitan Museum of Art. Think about that one. Okay. Think about that one. So, hey, anybody else want to jump in here on the art? Because then I just kind of like to round this out with the big takeaway. How do you plan for the next Black Swan event? Anybody want to jump in on the art stuff? And while you're thinking about that, let me tell you this. I just want to confirm that their universe does have a YouTube page, and a lot of these discussions head over to the YouTube page. If you want to go and subscribe, people, please do pump up the subscriptions there. You can find them at Bitcoin Universe. It's at Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin Universe. You'll find them if you just put that in the search bar at Bitcoin Universe. And once you head over there at YouTube, you click into the Universe's YouTube page, you will see a bunch of videos that they have already uploaded. Okay. The last one that was uploaded was Bitcoin price crash warning. Hey, a couple people have already viewed that. What do you think? So thank you guys for being on here, by the way. The space is rather thin, but you know what? We are going to continue to bring Stamp to you. We know that it is challenging when the markets are down. People get sad vibes. People are working. People have things to do. But I've even been checking, to be quite honest with you, on the CT timeline. I always go in there and I try to see, okay, where's the action coming from? And I see Bitcoin 8 out there strong. I see Healthy Cryptos out there strong. I see Sadie out there strong. Moto Doshi strong. Thank you so much for just sharing
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you to you.
what you can.
Thank you.
Because
Good stuff.
it's tough to stay motivated, but I don't know. I get more excited when I see days like this. Why? Because it gives us an opportunity.
We are the first to the art. Sometimes we have to be the first. It's insane what I say, but we are the first in this revolution.
Absolutely.
We are the first.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what? Before we get to the big takeaway here, what did you think yesterday of the feasibility of the strategic reserves that the czar David Trump's guy there was talking about? David Sachs, he is the crypto czar.
Quite bullish, no? I
Yeah.
think quite bullish with what he say about that the Bitcoin strategic reserve is on the table, and this is a priority for them, a priority. So this means that Bitcoin strategic reserve is coming.
Well, let me give three topics that were primarily discussed. So, what do we need to know here? So, David Sachs, he's the president's crypto czar, and AI for AI as well. He led a press conference on Capitol Hill where he and the leaders of relevant congressional committees addressed crypto's future. Trump's executive order on crypto puts Sachs squarely in the driver's seat for the new working group of financial regulations and regulators who are meant to establish rules of the road for U.S. digital assets and their issuers. The House and the Senate would form a bicameral working group to advance crypto legislation as well. So this is leaders from both sides, okay? And so they met yesterday, and there's quite a bit of takeaways. They're looking at strategic reserves, and they are also looking at, let me see if I can find that here. One of the things that they're also looking at is they're going to be creating some type of U.S. blockchain for the dollar, and that will give the world access to U.S. investments. I thought that was kind of interesting. So that led me to believe that Bitcoin, yes, is going to get some love, but it looks like they're wanting to put the US dollar front and center here. Were you aware of that, Bitcoin Ape?
Yeah, regarding they would like to use the blockchain for the government, isn't it? Elon Musk, was saying a few hours ago that he would like to bring and create. And to set up some of the government institution on the blockchain, so it could be massive. I don't know if I answer your question to the art, or
Yeah, no.
it was related about the US dollar, or
Yeah, no, basically I just wanted to get your thoughts on that yes, they're going to look at the reserves, so that is not a confirmed as of yet, but David Sachs mentioned that they definitely want to look at support for digital assets, and they want to definitely look at a potential Bitcoin reserve, but it was also mentioned that they want to regulate stable coins and bring the market onshore. So focusing on US dollar backed digital assets. So again, they want to regulate stable coins, okay, and bring the market onshore, focusing on US dollar backed digital assets. So it seems like they really want to use crypto, the blockchain specifically, to enhance US dollar-backed digital assets. I thought that was interesting. Hence,
Great.
probably why we're seeing, there's a new category now in crypto. It's called US cryptocurrencies. So it seems like they've had this planning for a little while, and they're just rolling out the plan. And the focus is on primarily US backed digital assets.
Yes, so and they are playing the game, with stablecoin, like USDC, USDT, and I think this is a good play because they was quite late for the CBDC. Frankly speaking, they can't, and don't have the time to create, US dollar CBDC more centralized. So this is a good play to get, USDT, USDC, different, US dollar stable coins. First, because, it would be more easier to manage because first it's decentralized and you got different USDT. And this is a good game because compared to other CBDCs like the yuan in China or the euro, CBDC that's gonna for sure be bring in the next years or 2 years to come. It's a good play, and to show that and stay, you can say, at the front of the monetary system. You know what I mean? Because people will be more interested with a strong decentralized money that don't have, you can say, a centralized institution who under that compared to centralized CBDC where your money can be, be stopped at any time. So this is a good play, in my opinion, to stay, at the top of the monetary system. So well played.
So what do you think it means for the strategic reserves? Do you see them coming out with that, or do you see them maybe kind of pushing that further out?
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna have, I think, push further out for this strategic reserve. They will have many Bitcoin reserve, strategic reserve, but also to maintain the primacy on the tech and attract new tech companies in the US and develop as well the industry. They will go and invest as well through this company with their strategic reserve, crypto strategic reserve. What they did is say, okay, you want to get investment from us, so bring back, your tech and company in the country, and we will buy and use your token, in our strategic reserve. So I think that's part of the deal. Some for the company who was already there in US, but also for any other large corporate company or developers or entrepreneurs who would like to, to set up this company in US. So yeah, that's also a great move from them.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting because they have created like a crypto task force. And so this task force has actually even set up a website. It's crypto@sec.gov. It says if you would like to meet with the crypto task force. So listen, they're even putting this out there, like, I mean, literally.
Wow.
So you go to it and it says, again, if you would like to meet with the crypto task force, please request a meeting. If you would like to provide written input on the issues the task force is considering, please send an email with subject line Crypto Task Force input, and they tell you crypto at sec.gov. That's a pretty big deal. So written input will generally be posted on sec.gov. Materials received will be posted without modification, yada, yada, yada. And it goes on. So they're really like putting this out there that it can be like an open discussion, that like fully embracing it, it seems.
It's
But
insane, huh? No, what do you think? It's insane where the move they are doing, the government, U.S. government. Because before, it was like, the blockchain and the crypto is evil. We don't want, anything talking about, crypto and blockchain from, welcome and send us, your recommendation about crypto and. So that's great.
yeah, no, that is very interesting. So let's see what happens with these reserves. They are using interesting words, and I mean, I always like to look at patterns, and some of the words we'll look at, and we'll look at is kind of ambiguous, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in any event, this is big news for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is now getting into the mainstream conversation, and Bitcoin has a
Yeah.
seat at the table. And as a result, we're going to see pretty big things happening. In fact, I can tell you that there are some forecasts here that are pretty interesting for Bitcoin. I believe some of the ETFs, they're aggressively, obviously, buying Bitcoin, but they have now forecasted, because of these latest developments, that they expect Bitcoin to appreciate to levels that are kind of unheard of. I'm cautioning myself here. I don't even want to share them, really, because we don't want to just invest based on, somebody's forecast. We want to go out there, get the information, people. Everybody's lining up around Bitcoin. It's taking a lot of the energy, a lot of the talk. So make sure that you have a good, sound understanding of what it's going to mean. I mean, the banks today are saying that they're going to open up their regulatory permissions that will allow customers to actually custody crypto assets, and that will come along with tokenized deposits, and they're going to put checking accounts on the blockchain. Yeah, you know what's going to happen next, and you heard it right here. They're going to tell you. Especially if you're in the government, you're going to get paid. Your paychecks will be on the blockchain. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And this whole idea of no taxes, well,
Wow.
um,
That's an alpha.
yes, that is an alpha, and I just caution everybody always, because that'll mean that everything will be done on the blockchain. So if
Yeah.
the government, let's say you go to the grocery store, and there's taxes that, well, not on food necessarily, but let's say you go shopping and there's taxes that are parsed out. Some go to the government, some goes to the vendor, et cetera, et cetera. That'll all be on the blockchain.
Like in El Salvador. El Salvador? El
El
Salvador,
Salvador, yeah, El Salvador, yeah,
El Salvador,
yeah.
they're gonna bring, all, the process, create, a crypto economy, gonna bring in the US as well. And I really believe it's like in tech, when you are creating a new product, first, you go through a pilot, a small pilot to make all the tests, if there is any bugs, and checking that everything is going well with the technology, there is any hack or stuff like that, and that this technology, is quite strong, to bring on a much more massive level and a larger level, of use. So I'm strongly convinced that Salvador was a pilot. for the Bitcoiners and all the crypto industries and crypto leader that was looking for to bring crypto in the US. First, because El Salvador, their money is the US dollar. Their main money, is the US dollar. And so you can go there and pay in dollar. And this is their money. You will know their money. And the second money is Bitcoin.
Great.
And if you want to know what will happen in the next 5 years in the US, see and watch and study what happened in El Salvador in the last 5 years regarding the crypto, crypto investment and all the tech they bring.
I agree. I think that's a good point. Go look at them because they probably were a test, you know, a test country for what it would look like to move over to Bitcoin. But I do want to say this. I want to just clarify this idea of having no income tax. The example that I was trying to give with the grocery store. Okay. So somebody goes in and you buy something at the grocery store. And in North America, typically there's, different taxes that will come with the purchase of goods, right? Well, if everything is on the blockchain, then the government doesn't have to wait for their money. Now, follow me, okay? So let's say you buy a vehicle and there's taxes on the vehicle. Well, if you're on the blockchain, everything can be paid instantly. So the vehicle has a certain price, and then there's all these different carbon tax, this tax, whatever, okay? Typically, these taxes are paid to the vendor, and then the vendor has to then transmit them to the government. So are you following me? So the government is waiting for their money because the vendor will do whatever transmission that they have to do quarterly or whatever. With a blockchain setup, it would be done instantly. There would be no need for income taxes. So in a way, yes, you're telling us you're getting rid of taxes, and this is not a negative thing. I'm just saying conceptually, the taxes are done immediately.
Or maybe to get an incentive from the people, that say, okay, look, we're gonna to delay the tax for 1 or 2 years. But the thing is, you have to use that technology. I mean, if you use the technology, you will pay zero tax. But if you are still, like the old way, paying all the stuff, your things with your credit card or your, paying, your employees with, a US dollar, not a digital dollar, you will pay tax. But the thing is, if you are bringing, the salaries, all the things on the blockchain, you will not pay for the last 2 years. And I think it would be a massive incentive for the people to go and to also, because the golden age, we need disruption. And this is disruption, the blockchain. So how you bring people, on that kind of, technology, you have to disrupt, and to disrupt with massive, incentive. And the massive incentive will be, you will not pay tax for the next 2 years, folks. But now you have to go on the blockchain. And I think this is how you will bring massive disruption. Because, of course, you can bring disruption in a small way or technology or stuff like that. But now we are talking about a country. We are talking about 400 million people or more that you have to disrupt. Like the COVID or stuff like that. I don't know if you remember. They are massive, event. So I really believe that this delay of tax, of income tax, or more could be a massive incentive to get in a new era for blockchain and also for the economy and not only political and socially. You are entering not in a new but era that is evolving, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. So we'll see how that works out. And I can see it too being an opportunity for like uh, things to be instantaneous. So there isn't any delay. So if there is a portion that needs to go to a third party, then that can easily be done upon the transaction being completed through smart contracts. So it's like no longer will a vendor have to, remit, those portions that are set aside for, say, the government for the carbon tax or whatever, but it's remitted instantly. So that was another thought that I thought through, was that yes, it's this ideal of no tax, but no tax meaning you don't have to file your tax because it's already done for you. And then instead of calling things, a tax, they could be called like fees or what have you. So it's interesting, but I think the whole point is the blockchain is going to be the highway for all of transactions everywhere, and they're starting it off slow. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so let's just kind of wrap it up here with Black Swan events, because who would have thought that we would get a bit of a bounce back, and here we are once again, just pulling back a bit because of the tariff information. So, what are we supposed to be doing? If there's another Black Swan event? What do we do in times like this? What are some of the things that we should be looking at doing? I can tell you this, people. This is not a time to be afraid. This is a time to get really excited because you're getting an opportunity, some breathing room to just take a breath and come up with a strategy. Now that they're giving you more information, how are you going to front run the information? Okay. Um, what are some of the things that you think that people can do, Bitcoin 8, if they want to get themselves prepared for times like this, or perhaps another Black Swan event? And what another potential Black Swan event could be?
I think I will use Churchill, the last Churchill citation. Churchill was, prime minister in UK, during the Second World War. And after the Second World War, when he say, never miss a good, a crisis, because this is when there is crisis that there is massive opportunity that are coming, that are available, And now, what I will do, I don't know if you will have another Black Swan or stuff like that, but, we don't know what could happen. But as you say, and you well said that blockchain is the economy, is the future, and now it's coming. They are building now this highway for the digital economy, and this is the way. This is where we go. So no financial advice, folks, but me, I will accumulate, like some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some stamp, some Kevin, some, stamps art, some NFTs. Because this is it, this is where we go. Like in 2000, when if you have, a good vision, you will know that Google, Apple, all that kind of, new techs will be the tech of the next 20 years. And now for payments, for the monetary system, for, for the trade, and not only, and more, blockchain will be, and will be the tech of the next 20, 30, maybe more, maybe the next 100 or 200 years. because it's not only a tech, it's a social paradigm, a social shift in economy and political and also shift, that is bringing, because they are bringing transparency, value on the web, and also with Bitcoin, they are bringing a new kind of money, deflationary money, commodity, deflationary commodity. So yeah, when you understood that this is the way where we go, it's still early to accumulate some kind of the blue chip of this blockchain economy, industry, or tech, or whatever we can name it.
Well, I tell you, I agree with you. And just out minutes ago, Michael Saylor has rebranded MicroStrategy. He's dropped the micro. It's now
Yeah.
strategy. Okay, people.
Wow.
On a day where Bitcoin decided to take a bit of a dive, guess what this guy does? He says, I don't care. I'm going to remove the micro. Like, you have to understand, this is a bit also like, it's fun and it's a big deal because this guy is Michael Saylor. Okay. His company is MicroStrategy. And today he just removed the micro and his company is literally now called Strategy. And not only that, yeah, exactly. Not only that, after the Y, do you know what he put? Okay, so obviously strategy is spelled STRATEGY. He put the Bitcoin B on top of the Y. Like, oh
Wow.
my God. Talk about somebody
Yeah.
who is so bullish for the future. Okay. People, that is a big deal. That would be like McDonald's taking the Mick off their name and they're just Donalds. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it would
This
be
is
like.
yeah. It will be the new McDonald's. Yeah, you're right. This is a cyber McDonald's. This guy, is building.
No, he's not the new McDonald's. I'm just saying that the comparison is like McDonald's taking the Mick off of their name because he took the micro off the strategy. He's by no means a McDonald's, but I just think it's funny. Why? Because MicroStrategy is a big deal. And MicroStrategy has been around. It was founded in November of 1989. And so literally this G, I'm going to call him a G now, Feb 5th, 2025, he says, we're going to drop the micro. And now we're strategy plus the Bitcoin B. So he's full in.
He's all in. Yeah, full in. He's all in for for BTC.
And do you know how like many, if you're a business, you will know this, but when you rebrand, that's a big deal. Okay. So MicroStrategy rebrands to strategy. There's a lot of implications for Bitcoin holdings here. But so it's it's not a small thing to rebrand. So he is going full in on Bitcoin. It was kind of like when Elon came and he said, no more Twitter, it's going to be X. And that's a lot that you have to do because it's not just signage. Okay, there's a ton of other stuff, and he's spending all of that money. And why is he doing that? Obviously, this guy is so bullish on Bitcoin that he's put the Bitcoin B after the Y. This is why people, you should absolutely not be down and sad vibes because he knows what is about to happen here. He knows that we have now just turned the corner and crypto is going to become mainstream. You're going to turn on your television and those banking commercials that you see, they're now going to have crypto in those banking commercials. Literally. You're going to start watching shows if you still have. You're going to start watching shows. I don't know if I don't have cable. I don't have time for television. But if you do, you're going to see crypto being brought up in the middle of a sitcom. Yeah, that's how they do it. In the middle of a movie, they're going to be talking about crypto everywhere. You're going to see more billboards of crypto. Okay. wherever you go, crypto is now going to be the starring role, because I tell you, the 47's administration is getting ready to push it in a big way. I just happen to believe, however, that they're more interested in the US dollar. And that's okay. That's okay, because that means Bitcoin can be like an asset similar to gold, an asset similar to housing. And so there's a lot of opportunity there. But I think the US is about to get their money onto the blockchain. And they even mentioned that they're looking for more customers. Guess how many customers they're looking for? They actually mentioned that they're looking for like 8 billion customers.
Yeah, because now the things. Now you got a wallet. You know what I mean? Before, when you create a bank, you need to create a bank. You have to hire people. You have to create agency. You have to set up all the tech around, and so on and so on. Get all the regulation, negotiate regulation country by country. Now you only need to say, okay, folks, download this wallet, and get paid in the money you want. And you would get, maybe a percentage interest or stuff like that, or new product. That's the new banks, the blockchain banks. And that's the way we go, and the banks know that this is the end of an era for them, banking industry and all the stuff, frankly speaking. And they know now, as you say, 100% truly out. Now there is 8 billion people to onboard. So we are 8 billion people to onboard. So blockchain going to unbank the people to wallet ties them. So the golden age of this, walletization era is coming.
Absolutely. Okay, so we probably thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate everybody here, and just for coming aboard, and hey, for having the discussion. Let's keep it up, but let's start to close out. And I will say this, just to pick up from where you left off, I am going to put a show together where I go down the rabbit hole of what it will look like when the banks start to move customers over to the blockchain, because you don't need a bank account. So what will it mean if you don't need a bank account? Okay. And what are things going to look like? Because they'll have more than 8 billion customers, because then there's those AI agents that we haven't put in the mix. What is that going to look like? So I'm going to go a whole show on a rabbit hole experience and tell you what I think could potentially happen. But I want to say thanks, guys. The universe is, always here to support the Bitcoin conversation. And the universe is, I said at the top of the show, they are an all-in-one solution. Please go and take a look at the page, join the Discord, get in the back rooms, consider picking up those airdrops, and also come to the website, tapwallet.io. Take a look at the tools, because they don't really have, they're not giving you advice. So it's not an advice-oriented space. It's a tool. It's a place for different tools that you can use in Bitcoin. So some of the tools I've already shared with you. I shared with you I believe I shared with you TAPZERO if you are interested in the TAP protocol, which the TAP protocol is the first privilege auth mint on TAP. TAPZERO is an actual pass that is like a OG pass. So TAPZERO holders, if you mint that, you can enjoy a lifetime of zero fees. So have a look at that. I already shared with you the iStamps, And why are the iStamps important? Because the iStamps allow you to earn 50% monthly marketplace revenue with iStamps. So that's passive income for life. You just need to hold a minimum of 10. Rune 0 is pretty big too. If you are into runes, then you may want to pick one up. And what can you do with the Rune 0? Well, you can actually start minting runes and you will save in minting costs, which is a pretty big deal. The magic happens when you mint. It's better than buying from the secondary marketplace. There's also Dust 20, people. We don't talk much, I haven't talked much about that because it is fairly new, just came out in January here. And Dust 20 has, there's a Dust 20 Dust 0 pass that you can pick up if you are interested in getting into the Dust 20 side of things. Where is that? That would be on under tools, and you would go over to, let's see here. Would that be over? Oh yeah, sorry, on Inscribe. If you go to Inscribe, it's right below the name registration. You can mint yourself some Dust 20 tickers, or you can mint a Dust 0 pass. Have a look at that. Also, names. People, do not fade the domain names. I saw in a post last night, in fact, where an AI agent was buying a domain name. Okay, they were giving a little bit of a I guess an example of how these AI agents can actually connect and pick up assets in our world, which is cryptocurrency, really their world. So an agent was actually picking up a domain name. Now that is interesting. Why is an AI agent doing that? Are they going to be competing with us? So make sure that you have a look at domain names, and you can pick up a .sats, you can pick up a .btc. I am saying this because this will end up on the YouTube, and for those of you that are listening, you can head over to tapwallet.io and check out any of those things. So thanks, guys. The next show, yeah, I'm going to have a show tomorrow. So if you're around, come by, and it will be stamp related as always. And I'm going to put a little twist to it because I'd like to introduce us to a world of imagination. What would that imagination be? Now that the governments are lining up and they've made their pronouncements and they are coming in here, what is it going to look like in the real world? How can you front run everybody else? I'll share that. But guys, have yourself a fantastic day, and I'm going to play us out with a beautiful afternoon in Rio.